The Walt Disney Company finally has a hit streaming show, and wouldn't you know it, it's coming from King of the Hill. Hank Hill is back, Peggy too, and they're bringing laughs and fun for you. Folks, we've got a review. Strap in tight. This one's hotter than propane. Hello folks, welcome back to the Pro Channel where we call balls and strikes every single day, bringing you the headlines for tomorrow's news everywhere else. And today we're bringing you a review of a show I've been waiting a long time for, and finally we have another win for Disney outside of Lilo and Stitch. That was a win, but man, Disney has had a rough, terrible year. Hank Hill, though, turns that frown upside down. So much to brag about. There are a few misses here, but I'll tell you what I think about it and why they need to hurry ordering more seasons and far more episodes in it. Let's dive in with the panel right now. All right, folks, you're looking at it right now out of the Hollywood Reporter. King of the Hill is back, and this has been a very long wait. 14 years. 14 years since the show ended, and they have aged up the characters. Now streaming on Hulu. It says King of the Hill showrunner on writing Hank Hill for a different era. This by Abby White. Saladin K. Patterson talks to the Hollywood Reporter about how he kept the revival's sense of humor and characters true to the original and writing for a Disney-owned streamer about a present-day Texas community. Now, I gotta say, they have done a phenomenal job on this, and I have watched the first 6 episodes. I have 4 more episodes to go, and I am happy to report that after the first 3, the first 3 episodes are a little bit slow, not quite up to the level of the originals, but that's because they're trying to set up all this stuff. Once you get going in this show, it is flat out hilarious and harkens straight back to King of the Hill. It feels like you're slipping back in to somewhere very familiar, comfortable, and hilarious. One of my favorite episodes so far is Bobby Hill, who is now running a restaurant as the chef, and it's down on its luck. He's trying to make it work, but he doesn't have the money to afford an exterminator. So he's forced to hire Dale, and Dale comes in for free so long as he can post the results of his extermination at Bobby Hill's restaurant on his Patreon. Dale Gribble has a Patreon. And the hilarity that ensues as Dale releases one rat after the other into the restaurant. Each rat's supposed to capture all the rats before, and each rat is themed. And the last one is supposed to be the sexy rat. The sexy rat is the only female rat that Dale owns, so he's called it the sexy rat and releases it as he yells out, "Sha, sha, sha, sha." It's the kind of silliness and fun frivolity that I have been missing. This was something that was on my radar for a very long time. In fact, revealing that this was coming was the first scoop I ever did on Midnight's Edge years and years ago. So for it to finally make it out and be a big winner, guys, I'm willing to say that this is one of Disney's biggest wins of the summer. Lilo and Stitch is the bigger win, but this is number 2. This is a big win, and I hope that Disney will order many more episodes. Only 10 in this new season, only 10 for the next season. I think they need to rush the next season out and get, an order of 18 to 22 episodes for future seasons. This is a very, very good show, and probably the best animated revival I've ever seen. All right, guys, has anybody been looking forward to this? Has anybody seen any of it at all?
I must confess, I have not unfortunately seen this. Now, this is on Hulu here, and I hope that it being on Hulu, and now Hulu being fully owned by the Walt Disney Company after, solving their scuffles with Comcast for the remaining 30% of their stake after buying the other 30% from Fox, I hope that Disney actually promotes shows like this more. We had heard through the grapevine that there were allegations that Disney wasn't purposefully supporting Hulu because they understood that Comcast was part of it and they wanted to get a better deal there when the valuation turned sour. But now that it's fully owned by Disney, hopefully, we can get more promotion, we can get more advertisements and so forth in order to see more shows like this, more King of the Hill and so forth. So I'm excited for that future.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this too. Not everything in this series works for me. There are two changes to the voice cast that don't work. And I hate to say that. Dale doesn't work for me. And this is a strange thing. Dale doesn't work for me either from the original voice actor, Johnny Hardwick, or from the guy who's replaced him. And I know that it's his very close friend and they brought in somebody, that would honor the tradition. But you can tell that in the first episodes, the original voice actor playing Dale isn't well. And so that throws off the performance a little bit. I mean, you can just tell he doesn't sound like Dale, even though he performed Dale for 14 years. And then the guy replaces him and trying to match that. So I kind of wish they'd just recast Dale after all this happened. And I hate to say that. And then also to Khan, it's really bad. Khan should not, like, they need to fix that immediately. Even go back into the episodes they have and change it, because it sounds like a 20-year-old, and that doesn't make any sense. But it's a phenomenal show, I would say, and definitely worth your time. I'm so happy to talk about something that's enjoyable and good coming from Disney. This is, we call Balls and Strikes, and this is definitely what I would say a grand slam. Lou, it's so good. I think maybe they need to bring Arlen to Disney World. Maybe that's the next big expansion. Disney's all about alcohol these days. Alamo beer at Disney World.
Well, it's funny because that previous shot where he's got the virtual reality glasses on, I just saw a meme earlier today talking about then and now. And it's when we were kids and they show a kid in front of a TV and they told us, don't sit too close to the set. And now you put it right on your face.
The genius of what they've done here with the show is they have it so that Hank and Peggy have not been in America. They went to Saudi Arabia, and I did not realize that there are these places in Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, where they basically make a self-contained, picturesque American place for you to be in, and then you travel out to do your work, and then you come back, and it's all white picket fences and green lawns, and it looks Main Street USA. Well, Hank and Peggy have been there for 10 years or whatever, building up their nest egg to retire. And so not only do they then come back and everything is foreign to them, which is a lot of fun, but also Hank hates retirement. And guys, I can identify with that. Maybe that's why I enjoy the show so much, is because I never want to retire. And Hank doesn't want to retire. And it's so funny to me. There's one line that he gives where he wakes up at like 5 a.m. and Peggy tells him, Hank, you're retired. You don't have to wake up before the sun rises. And he says like, Peggy, if I wanted to sleep away my retirement, I should have been born a Nepo baby. And it's just, it's great.
Oh, it's great. Fun. This is not Disney produced. It's on Hulu, I guess. Hulu proper, but not Disney produced. Is that correct?
Right. This is Mike Judge coming in.
Okay, so my question about that then would be as more of this kind of comes out on Hulu, because I have the combination of the Hulu, HBO Max, Disney bundle, right? Disney Plus. It just made it easier and cheaper to get the three of them, but it doesn't feel like Hulu and Disney Plus are anything separate. When you go to the Disney Plus app to access Hulu, which now feels like a part of Disney Plus, is it going to go away? Are they going to keep the Hulu brand? How does that all work? It's confusing to me. And then my question then from that would be, does this then make Disney look better?
Well, so we've been covering what's called Project Hulk now for years, and we believe that over time the plan is, this is rumor and speculation, folks, but we do believe the plan is for Hulu eventually to fully merge with Disney Plus, such that there's really not a difference. Not sure if they'll completely get rid of the branding, but I would not be surprised. Having Disney Plus swallow up Hulu would be great for the Disney brand. Not great for the Disney company financially, but great for the brand and the optics, because
now, wait a minute.
Boost the ratings.
It might be good financially if they merge the advertising sales.
Yeah, well, that is true.
You get somebody who might have advertised on one and not the other to pay a little more to get both, and it could work for them.
That is true. I'll grant you that. Lauren, did you ever watch any King of the Hill as in the original run?
way back in the day. I wasn't a religious watcher of it, but whenever it popped up, I'd sit down and I enjoyed it. But I haven't seen any of the new shows, I'm afraid.
Lorna, I think you're going to, well, they just came out. I think you're really going to enjoy this. There's an episode called King of the Grill. Folks, you should check that one out. There's also another episode where Hank finds out that Bobby is not using propane in his restaurant. He's using a Japanese type of charcoal. And then Bobby gets accused of appropriation because he's not Japanese. And the Japanese sellers of Japanese charcoal refuse to give it to him. Really, really good stuff here. So
that's funny. That's a funny idea.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, that's where we'll leave it, folks. But right now, not having seen the final 4 episodes, I think this is a 9 out of 10. It is a phenomenal show. Highly recommend it. Go out there and watch it. Let's support what's good. It's the only way that we can reverse the course in Hollywood and get them to start making the stuff that should be on TV. Helping Hollywood produce a product that you want to consume, that's what we do each and every day, folks. And this time, it's time to, well, say goodbye. We know, but don't cry. No, for we will have more videos on the way. We love to bring those videos and that information. And by the way, if you'd like even more, consider going to the Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/WDWPro. It's where we put out stuff exclusively there that we simply can't put out in other places for whatever reason, be it because it's too spicy or because, well, perhaps we're working to corroborate it. But you can find out things early and first over there. Folks, we surely have had a great time spending time with you. Consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment right on down below. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.